What's up guys, and welcome to episode number 134 of Career Mode. We are making some serious progress in this series, and it's so great to see you guys enjoying this series as much as I am. I know that quite a few of you think that I should be leaving Milan because it's not as fun in a foreign country. Well, your luck may be about to change if that's the reason, but we start today's episode off against Genoa, and Jethro Willems plays an absolutely incredible through ball from a quick free kick. Insigne with the Rabona. Shikuchi's header was well saved, but the little central midfielder does put it into the back of the net the second time of asking, and that was such a really nice goal, you know. And freeze on as well. Of course, you would have seen the last couple of episodes, he's had some really inconsistent form. Had to sub him off against Juventus in that game, but since then, you know, he seemed to have learnt his lesson off the bench, and he's been playing really well. He's been making some incredible saves, like that first one and this one here. And from that double save by Freezon, we got the pitch. Insigne plays the ball into Mr. Reliable Kim Ojo. He manages to hold off his man with some serious strength by the Nigerian, crosses the ball in, and then Simon Verdi's shot was well saved by the goalkeeper. So it was all about the goalkeepers in this game, it really was. And from that resulting corner, the header from Ashabi went just wide of the post, but Genoa was still pressing for that equaliser. They were pulling bodies forward. That gave us the chance to hit them on the counter-attack, which is my style of play on FIFA, of course. Jan Villa down the right-hand side, managed to get past his man with a lovely fake shot, finds Insigne, but his shot goes over the bar. But full time, the final score ends, Genoa 0, Milan 1. The win streak continues, having a fantastic season with Milan so far, and we of course stay in first place, which is fantastic because we're approaching the midway point in this season, and I really do want to be pulling away from the pack, but we are 6 points in front of Inter Milan and 7 points in front of Napoli. I think, to be honest, it's going to be a three-horse race come the end of the season, but yeah, it's looking pretty nice at the moment, pretty rosy, and as we approach the halfway point, I'm perfectly satisfied with that league table. But we also enter January, which means that the transfer market is open, of course. The last bit of business we did in the last transfer window was sell Montalivo. I tried to get Rasmus Elm in, didn't have enough money. No, didn't have enough time. That's the problem we had. But also we get to see a youth squad monthly report here. Some of these guys looking pretty decent, however some of them are looking pretty poor, so I've decided to start releasing some of these players. Was going to release Nicola Lupi, but then I remembered that he was my Korean player that I kept. But I also went to the browse jobs section of the game. The reason being is quite simple. I know a lot of you guys want me to go back to England. It's difficult to find jobs in England for some reason, I don't know why, but for the first time this season, one appeared, and it was Chelsea. I can't stand Chelsea in real life, but I had to go in for them, and guess what Abramovich said? We do not want you. We've looked at your credentials and references, but we've decided that we'll be looking at other candidates. How embarrassing is that, man? Seriously, I've had such an amazing career. How can you honestly decline me? How can you say that I don't deserve to manage your club? Seriously, people should be chomping at the bits to get me into their club, but no, Roman Abramovich says no thank you, I do not want you. But who knows, maybe we'll inquire again in the next few episodes. But Abate, Real Madrid want him. They also want Freezon as well. Freezon, who's started to come back into form. Wasn't sure about the sale of Freezon, but he has been inconsistent really. I know it's only a matter of time before he starts making mistakes again, so I asked for 22.5 million. That will cover either someone like Neuer or Lloris to come in, so, and they're better goalkeepers as well, so quite frankly that would be a pretty decent deal for us. But we'll have to wait and see what Real Madrid say about those two players. But the following game is against Padua in Serie A, of course, top of the table at the moment. And how about this for some nice football? Insigne's back heel into Shikuchi. What a ball that was by Shikuchi to Simon Verdi, and it's a fantastic finish past the goalkeeper. 1-0. That was such an amazing goal, man. Seriously, the teamwork in that was fantastic. We really are playing some nice football in Milan. It's great to see. And here you see El Shaarawy down the left-hand side, cuts inside with the fake shot, finds Shikuchi, nice piece of dribbling, gets taken out, and it's a definite penalty. So a penalty won there by Marco Shikuchi, my young Italian playmaker. So of course Shikuchi was going to step up. Would he put the ball past the goalkeeper? He steps up, he stutters, and puts the ball down the middle. 2-0, Shikuchi with 1 goal and 1 assist. A fantastic performance by my number 7, and I was very pleased with that. I've got to say, Shikuchi is my favourite player in this team. You know, I've got some great players, Insigne, and you know, Insigne, of course, Verdi's been very good, Germano, El Shaarawy, Willems, but I love Shikuchi, he's so good. And you see Real Madrid matched the £22.5 million counter offer we made for Friesen. So looks like Alberto Friesen is going to a new club after just 6 months of being here. He is already heading off to Spain. So that's kind of good, to be honest, because Friesen is good. Friesen is good, and this is where it comes into it really. Friesen is a good goalkeeper. He's made some fantastic saves, but the amount of mistakes he makes every game, he drops the ball so much. He reminds me a bit of Jack Butland in my old career mode. If anyone watched that when I was at Spurs and we had Jack Butland, he reminds me so much of Jack Butland. He makes some fantastic saves, but every now and then he just does such stupid things, like coming out when I'm not holding triangle, getting himself in a mix-up completely and getting nowhere near it. But he's not a bad goalkeeper, but with that money we'll be able to afford Hugo Lloris, so that's a perfectly fine deal for me. But I decided to go back into the browse job section, and I thought maybe Abramovich didn't actually decline me, and maybe it was an administrative error or something. Maybe he did want me to manage them after all, and I thought I'd apply once again, just in case, because I know a lot of you guys do want me to go back to England. I'm enjoying my time in Italy. I've got to be honest, I like it here in Italy, but it seems like a lot of you guys want me to go back to England, so with that in mind, I'm going to keep applying for jobs in England and see if I take one, to be honest, because quite frankly, I am enjoying my time in Italy, but I know a lot of you guys are kind of getting bored of the Serie A and just want me to go back to England, so we'll have to wait and see. But once again, Chelsea and Roman Abramovich said no. They basically just said, stop applying for this job, we do not want you. So yeah, nobody loves me, nobody wants me. That's so annoying. But yeah, Chelsea turned me down, and maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe I'll get a better job, who knows. But Friesen goes to Real Madrid, 22.5 million. We're going to see 19 million of that, and that should cover the Hugo Lloris deal, or possibly even another goalkeeper, and that goalkeeper is Manuel Neuer. He is the second highest rated goalkeeper on the game at the moment, so Neuer coming in. He's also got the GK long throw trait, which I love. Neuer coming in will be a fantastic deal, and I decided what to do with Neuer is basically offer no money whatsoever and give them Kevin Prince Boateng. The reason for this is quite simple. Boateng is getting towards the end of his career. I don't really use him. I prefer using Verratti and Shikushi. So Boateng for a straight swap with Neuer. We actually need a goalkeeper, whereas we don't need an attacking midfielder. I think that would be a really good deal. He's also out of contract in the summer, so for me that would be a pretty decent deal. But as you just saw there, I went in for another job. Manchester United. Obviously, maybe Ferguson's retired. Who knows? Manchester United need a successor to the throne for Sir Alex Ferguson, so I said, yep, I'll apply for that job. I'll see if I can go ahead and manage Manchester United. That would be a fantastic job for me. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what United say. But before that decision would be made, we had to turn our concentration to League Matters, or was this the Italian Cup? I can't remember. But Kim Ojo, basically, I think it was the Italian Cup. Kim Ojo gave us the lead here, but unfortunately for us, in the 89th minute, Udinese equalised. Yes, it was the Cup. Udinese equalised and sent the game to extra time. Facchini, I think it was, with a goal to send the game into extra time, and the extra time was boring as hell. I got to be honest, it was terrible. Nothing happened. So we went to penalties. Penalties would separate Udinese and Milan, and oh dear, well, how embarrassing was that? Udinese got off to the worst start possible. It was the simplest of saves there, and then we had the chance to make it 1-0 from the spot. Nocerino, he didn't do anything fancy and try and chip it down the middle. It's a simple finish for Nocerino. And Emilia, of course, he was the penalty saving hero really against Liverpool in the Champions League final. Haven't really played him this season. His stats are on the downslope, and I don't really need him at all. Liali's just as good now, but of course with only 2 goalkeepers at the club now, there's no Friesen anymore. I had to play Emilia in this game and leave Liali for the Serie A games. But Emilia once again proving his worth in gold. Absolutely fantastic save. I don't know what it is about Emilia. He's got some really bad stats, but he's a fantastic penalty saver, no doubt about that. But Kim Ojo scores here. Fantastic finish by the Nigerian. We had a 100% record from the spot at this rate, which meant that Udinese had to score this goal here to keep themselves in the tie. Otherwise, we would be going through Irby Emanuelson against us. Of course, we were his former club, and he, of course, got revenge on us there to send the penalties for another one. That was a fantastic finish past Emilia. But Gianluca Germano stepped up here off the bench. No stutter. Curls it into the top corner. Lovely jubbly from Gianluca Germano. And we go through to the next round of the Coppa Nationale, which I do believe is the quarter-final stage. So a win on penalties. We rode our luck a little bit in the extra time, but it was quite boring, to be honest. I didn't show it. And yeah, we go through to the quarter-final stage of the Coppa Nationale, where we will take on Brescia. But yeah, of course, as you can see here, the transfer offer we made was unacceptable for Hugo Lloris, but we were waiting to see what would happen with Manuel Neuer. So it was basically our choice, Lloris or Neuer. We just had to offer a little bit more money for Lloris. But as you can see as well, in just a moment's time, Manchester United got back to us whether we can manage them, and they said no. Manchester United and Chelsea turned me down in the same episode. Nobody wants me. It's ridiculous. I'm forever alone. Hashtag forever alone. But yeah, as you can see here, Real Madrid once again come back for Abate. Say they're not going higher than 4.2 million, but we say no way. As always, guys, a big thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you could leave a like, that really does help. And I'll see you for the next episode very soon.